And now to a Kelly File exclusive. A 16-year-old pro-life protester says a female college professor stole and destroyed her sign and then attacked her. Watch.
She's a thief. It's a professor.
We'll take it too.
What?
You better guide your other sign because we'll
Do
take
you
it
realize
too.
how much he was just making up? Like,
I may be a thief, but you're a terrorist.
I may be a thief, but you're a terrorist. That was the professor. Trace Gallagher live in our West Coast newsroom with the details. Trace?
Megan, this happened at the University of California, Santa Barbara in their free speech zone. The two sisters, Joan and Thrin Short, who are not students at UCSB but are members of a pro-life group, were on campus handing out informational pamphlets, carrying anti-abortion signs with what some considered graphic images of aborted fetuses. The professor, Mireille Miller-Young, told police that she's pregnant and the images triggered a negative response. So she and another student physically grabbed the signs and walked into the building. The sisters called police, then followed her inside to get their signs back. And watch what happened next.
don't touch me. Hey, don't touch me!
And she just pushed my sister as well.
I don't care.
Get out of you did not pay to go here.
She just assaulted me. You don't want to be. You don't want to be with her. You've done assault. You don't want to be near her. She's
Pushed her sister 3 times. When police arrived, the professor told them she thought the protesters were violating school policy. The school said they were not. They are looking to press charges. The DA is now reviewing the case. Megan.
All right, Trace, thank you. Joining me now, those two sisters, 16-year-old Thrin and 21-year-old Joan. Great to see you both. Thrin, let me start with you. So you go on campus. You don't go to the school, but you wanted to make your point, your anti-abortion point clear in a free speech zone. The professor comes over, and what did she do?
She grabbed the sign away from my friend Sarah. And, well, she first started a group trying to make the students do it, but they didn't want to. So she had to do it herself. She grabbed the sign, and she ran off with it, handed it to 2 of her students, walked off with it, then went through a couple buildings. She was going to her office in one of the real buildings.
And so we see this videotape. That's you videotaping her walking away with your property, your sign. And then she tried to get in an elevator with your sign. You weren't having it. I guess you put your foot in the elevator, and that's when you say she assaulted you. How so?
At first, she just started by kicking my feet out of the elevator so it could close and she could get away, but I kept putting my foot back. And then she started getting more violent and started shoving me. And then by then, when I still kept blocking the door from closing, she finally exited the elevator and grabbed me and pulled me away from the door so that the others could get away.
She says that she felt that she was triggered by these images and that her students were wanting her to take the sign away and that she had the moral right to act in the way she did. Your thoughts on that, Thrin?
I mean, no one has the right to take someone else's property like that. I mean, I'm sorry if these signs offended her in any way, but after all, she does teach or show porn to her students, so she's not really the one to talk about offending images. She's
an associate professor of feminist studies, and she has a manuscript called A Taste for Brown Sugar, Black Women, Sex Work, and Pornography, examining pornographic media and African Americans' representation therein. Joan, let me ask you, do you feel that that you two and your group may have gone too far, as the professor alleges? She says, I was pregnant, I didn't want to see these images of aborted fetuses, and she felt that she was speaking up for a group of students that didn't want to have to see this when going from class to class.
No, I don't think I've gone too far at all. The pictures, yes, the pictures show what violence after it happened, but what is so much worse than the pictures is the violence itself. And if we have to show what is happening out there to stop it, then we have to go there and show it.
Were you surprised at how aggressive she was in taking the sign? I mean, offensive or not, it was not her property.
Yeah, I am surprised. That's never happened to me before. I'm very surprised that she did it. People get angry, it's true, but most of the time they're okay with shouting at us, and then we can calm them down and bring it to a good conversation. But she didn't want us to talk to her at all. Every time we tried to say anything, she would just cover us up, and then she grabbed it. That was basically, she was just trying to get attention.
It wasn't much of a free speech
getting...
zone in this particular incident. I know that you would like to see her, you would like to press charges, and the police are apparently looking into that. Ladies, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How about that? We're taking your comments on it. Follow me on Twitter @Megyn Kelly or go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Kelly File.